Receiving a distress call from one of our undercover agents.
Whoa, Space is Frank. What's going on?
I have to find my partner, Trace. I depend on him for podcast income.
Oh, Frank, my TikTok algorithm has been taken over by the manosphere and it's warping my brain. Get us out of here.
Gleep, get these aliens out of their skin suits and onto their spaceship stat.
Alienating. Perfect timing. You can help us monitor some broadcasts.
How many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia.
None of those 3 countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN.
It's worth noting that ASEAN was formed in Bangkok, Thailand in 1967. Tammy Duckworth was born in Bangkok, Thailand in 1968.
Coincidence?
So Pete Hegseth can't name the member states of a dated international coalition on the other side of the world.
If something's old enough, you don't need to know about it.
Speaking of dated, what's with the title of the Steven Seagal film in back there?
Is this guy out for blood? Because he does look like a vampire.
Hegseth's going to be an unconventional change agent at the Pentagon.
Waldorf has really let himself go since Statler left him.
And he is also a man of faith, has made mistakes in the past, and my saintly wife knows a thing or two about that as well.
Well, there's a guy who's cheated like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You're a man of faith. I'm a man of faith. Pete Hegseth is a man of faith.
This is the Michael Keaton multiplicity of Kudlow.
It's the larval stages of old white men. We have maggot, pupa.
One on the right is post-chrysalis.
He's very fresh.
Shiny.
Still do fresh.
Hegseth is a man of faith. Donald Trump is a man of faith.
Welcome to Trying to Keep a Straight Face.
You know, Pontius Pilate talked to Jesus.
I like messiahs who weren't crucified.
I also volunteered to guard the inauguration of Joe Biden, but was denied the opportunity to serve because I was identified as an extremist.
By myself. By everything I've said on the air for the past 9 years.
Because I was identified as an extremist by my own unit for a Christian tattoo.
By my own unit. This reminds me of the end credit sequence in Animal House where they say that guy was killed in Vietnam by his own troops.
Exactly.
They attacked him over his personal life, even suggested he was an alcoholic.
Isn't Sean Hannity dead?
It's possible, I think.
Why? He might have had drinks at social functions like most people.
Like breakfast.
No one on Capitol Hill would ever do that, right?
Boom!
They're actually trying to figure out a line of succession for Pete Hegseth's liver.
There's a lot of things that we have that exist.
Oh, great.
Did Joe Rogan used to be a really shitty motel and he kept the sign?
Especially in like the business world and the corporate world and the education world that are just bullshit.
Kind of like this podcast.
Really have to be there. Mm-hmm. And they're only there to try to make up for hard work.
Yeah.
I like his late period Mr. Brady haircut.
It's the Sonny Corleone comb over.
Just I think a lot of the corporate world is like pretty culturally neutered. And
I hate girls. I mean, what?
You know, I grew up, I have 3 sisters, no brothers. I have 3 daughters, no sons. So I'm like surrounded by girls and
I'm drowning in pussy, Joe.
They're my sisters.
The kind of masculine energy I think is good. And obviously, you know, society has plenty of that, but
now this guy is like rich, right? But not smart. Is that how it works?
It's possible that the more money you have, the less masculine you get. All of these billionaires are the least masculine people.
Yeah, that's so true. The more money they have, the more they feel the need to kiss ass.
Yeah.
You would think that if I had $1 billion, I wouldn't have to kiss anybody's ass.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to give $1 billion to anybody's inauguration fund.
But this is the billionaire ass kissing.
Do billionaires kiss different? Did they know a secret rich way of kissing that we don't know?
They secretly kiss in the Cayman Islands.
Let's just say they like when restaurants start new businesses because they love a soft opening.
Just like having a thing that I can just like do with my guy friends and like
name them. I'll take first names on this one.
Name one guy friend.
My guy friends in Canada.
I can only speak through my guy friends through an attorney, but they're great friends. I mean, the guys that have sued me, that I've sued.
And technically the attorney counts as a friend. Like we talk for an hour a day.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's just like, we're just like beat each other a bit. I don't know, it's
wow.
good. It is good. I agree.
You know, just love starting my day in a dog pile with the boys.
Changing the name of Meta to Circle Jerk.
It's one thing to say we want to be kind of like welcoming and make a good environment for everyone. And I think it's another to
be evil.
Basically say, that masculinity is bad.
No one's saying masculinity is bad.
Toxic masculinity is toxic.
Yes.
That's what they were saying.
I just know masculinity is bad the way you do it.
Yes.
Okay, masculinity is toxic. We have to like get rid of it completely. It's like, no, like it's both of these things are good.
Are you 14?
Right? It's like you want like feminine energy, you want masculine energy.
I call it menergy.
Sweeping the nation.
Join me in the metaverse.
Would a man without masculine energy be wearing the talisman of Ishtar?
And I didn't really feel that until I got involved in martial arts.
I have some katana swords over my my futon.
Most definitely.
You know, I'm an orange belt, and Sensei says I'll be up to a purple belt by end of March, I think, once I beat the other 9-year-olds in my class.
I'm going to say this just off the cuff before I introduce our guest.
Kirk, the best barbecue grill you can buy. The only barbecue grill that has white briquettes.
Can we please just go away?
Yes, please.
With half the screen during these emergency briefings to the sign language interpreters. I have nothing against, obviously, people that cannot hear.
Oh, don't count yourself short.
Yeah. This is just over the top. We can't do this. We got to get back to how it used to be. It's just too much.
I think all of society's problems can be traced back to the movie Coda.
It's a distraction is what it is. The reason is they do these emergency briefings for fires or terrorist attacks, and you're looking at this and you're not listening. I don't like it.
Makes me wish I was blind.
This is such an insane rant that you're distracted by the interpreter, that you can't follow the instructions that the fire chief is giving. That's the argument for banning sign language. What?
And while we're at it, crutches. We gotta get rid of these.
It's so distracting.
I have a friend with a glass eye, and he's okay. But
it's like these 3 women who are at the top there are all, I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be mean.
Says the mean girl.
They're obese. These are overweight, out of shape women.
Is she talking about the firefighters?
Yes.
Who takes comfort? I'm going to die, but it's in the presence of an obese lesbian.
Wow, that's the weirdest fantasy I've ever heard.
Yeah, that goes for $900 on FetLife. Obese lesbian to kill me.
would recommend.
I believe I speak for all females in Los Angeles when I say we want a strong man to rescue us. That's what we want. Do we ask for too much?
They're all fighting Mark Zuckerberg in the cage match.
They can't be from Mexico either, though. They have to be from...
yeah. And they better be the straightest men.
I want to have sex in the burning flames, okay? If I'm not getting railed.
You'd rather wind up as Aunt Beru from Star Wars rather than be saved by a lesbian.
Maybe if it's Gina Carano coming around the corner, I'm going to be okay with it.
From Haywire, but not from Mandalorian.
Love her, but no.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty strong.
Let's get the fake women. That would be a great place for you to break barriers as a, quote, woman in the firefighting realm.
That's like a Santa Ana Winds of bullshit right there.
Yeah. It's so depressing.
Hi, I'm Jen Rubin.
No.
I'm Norm Eisen.
We're your parents.
No, I will not join your threesome.
I am here to announce I am leaving the Washington Post.
They're actually part of the youth league at the Washington Post.
In order to co-found with Norm an exciting new online platform, The Contrarian.
I feel like I'm being grounded.
We're not angry, America. We're just disappointed.
We are going to bring you written material, podcasts, all in defense of democracy.
When Republicans lose, they attack the Capitol. When Democrats lose, they start a listserv.
They're going old school, though. They're going to do it Mimeo and hand it out like a zine.
We hope to build it up so that it's successful enough so that Jeff Bezos buys it.
Our intent is to combat the authoritarian force that we all face.
And we're going to do it right here from my crafting center.
We're going to do politics. We're going to do law.
Politics. Go for that. Gen Z crowd, boy. Wow.
We'll even have a cooking column.
We are going to be irrelevant in so many different areas. You're not going to believe it.
But we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of pro-democracy flavor.
Sounds bland as
You can find our recipe for the Constitortellini over at the...
Marjorie, so many people have this view of you, this tough, hard-charging congresswoman. I've also seen the very nurturing side of you with...
When you let me suckle your breast that time, and it was very maternal.
The way you eat your young is just very...
What can you share with my audience that there will, in fact, be pardons on day one?
The Department of Justice announced today that they're going to charge 200 more people.
Here's the B-roll of them breaking the law.
Political weaponization And they are continuing to do this, and they'll do this literally until we drag them out of their offices.
You tried. That's why they're in jail.
We'll drag them out of their office right after we smear feces on the wall.
I used up all my feces already. I can't.
America has the greatest economy in the world.
Bizarro Sean Spicer.
Looks like he just housed a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, I like to eat chili off a plate with no spoon.
But I think most of us would agree.
Wait, it says television host.
So is he a host for television? It's eating away at him from the inside and feeding off him?
He's invited his television into his home.
Please watch my one-man show where I play Skitch Henderson. Okay, that was for the old people.
He takes off the goatee and puts on another piece of facial hair.
Sir, that's a merkin.
Every sector has taken a hit, including automotive.
And autoeroticism.
Americans are keeping their cars for longer, including me.
I'm living in mine.
That we can make life more affordable is Car Shield.
This is as low as it's ever been for him. He was the press secretary for the president of the United States.
Sean, I got two things for you. I got a prostate product and I got a Car Shield thing.
People who do reverse mortgage ads are making fun of him.
The really sad thing is that if you call that 800 number, he answers.
I trust Car Shield, and so should you.
The service he really needs is Career Shield.
Yeah. Did you accidentally spy for a foreign entity while surfing your country? You need Career Shield.
And I'd just like to say to all of you Trump nominees before the Senate right now, take a look at your future right here.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys would like to plug?
Oh, yes, please. Tracy and I do a show called The Mads Are Back, a regular movie riffing show. And our next one is a very special romantic show the week of Valentine's Day, February 11th. We're doing the beloved Valentine's Day classic, Bride of the Gorilla. And we will be riffing that. That'll be 8 o'clock Eastern time. And go to dumb-industries.com for tickets. And you can find it all over the web, too, for where to get tickets.
You're going to get your Raymond Burr on.
Yes, exactly.
Is this later Raymond Burr?
No, early.
Yeah.
This is pre-Godzilla, pre A Place in the Sun.
Pre-Perry Mason.
Yeah, very pre-Perry Mason.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
This was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've introduced me to shows that I will never watch. No.
Hey Humies, thanks for tuning in. If you like the show, help us invade your planet by subscribing to our YouTube channel or drop us a comment. We really love those. If you really like the show, subscribe to our Patreon where we share some bonus content. All right, okay, gotta go. Bye!